Hi, today I'm not feeling well. You might be wondering why I'm feeling this way. I was married to a man from a different culture for 10 years, but it didn't work out. I believe that marriages between people from different cultures do not always work out. But I don't want to discourage you from marrying someone from another culture. I'm sure there are many happy married couples out there who found it to be the perfect fit for them. Maybe it's just bad luck. He was a sweet man with a lot of love, but he was envious of me, which caused me a lot of stress and pressure because I felt like he was watching and controlling me. For the first 5 years of our relationship, we were in love, but then he began possessing me. I have to admit that I initially admired the way he possessed me as his wife, but things began to go in a different direction, and I began losing faith in him. You could say I never speak about my flaws. Do you believe I was flawless? Obviously not. I made mistakes as well, giving him power by saying I admired him for protecting me as his queen, giving him the impression that he owned me in some way. You never know if you will end up with a divorce in your marriage. If you haven't noticed the obvious warning signs, do you think I'm remorseful for marrying him? No, I don't. No one plans on getting married with the intention of getting divorced. Whatever challenges I face in life, I treat them as lessons and opportunities. I know where I went wrong and will try to avoid making the same mistakes again. But life is full of good and bad experiences, so you may need to learn another good lesson before you can be happy. I believe I have learned my lessons and am more optimistic about my future. Wishing you the best of luck, as I wish you the best of luck.
I always assume that those who care about you will be there for you in good times and bad. I believe I was mistaken about my best friend. Since we were children, James and I have been best friends. We went to the same schools and always had the same friends, but he didn't like it when I gave my time to other friends, which made me think he was a selfish kid, but I never realized it. When you are happy with the company of your loved ones or good friends, you don't want to see their negative sides. So, do you want to guess what I did with him? Of course, I kept him as a friend until I had to decide whether or not I would continue to see him as a friend. I had lost faith in him a couple of times. Everything was fine until I noticed some money was missing from our bank account after we started an online business. I never imagined he'd be an untrustworthy person, but I counted eggs on his head. The money was missing, and the amount taken from the account was not insignificant. Someone had taken $5,000, and the bank kept claiming it was taken by my friend James. Although James denied it, the bank proved that he had the funds. He wouldn't even admit to taking the money from the account, claiming the bank had made a major error. He was attempting to persuade me that he was not guilty. James, I wasn't born yesterday. I wished I could tell him, but all I did was pretend to believe in him. After we lost everything from the business, I had to find a good excuse to carry on the business on my own. I did lose $5,000 because of him. Because he felt guilty, he agreed to let me run the company. I couldn't tell him what I was thinking about him because he was a longtime friend of mine. If you need to publicly embarrass someone, please to do it at the right time.